So look, Russell Westbrook was painted in such a bad light when he was with the Lakers, but after getting sent over to the Clippers, his level of play has elevated and he's showing everyone why he's a special piece to this Los Angeles Clippers team. Say what you want, but taking a step back to let the big three of Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, and James Harden mesh together was huge for this team, but not only that, it was huge for himself as well. I know we say it's taking a step back, but in terms of how much he contributes to a team, it's more like a step forward. Coming off the bench this season, Russ is known to be that spark of energy that can keep the flow of the game going and at times turn it up even more. His high level of intensity is just too much for defenders to handle as he's just relentless on the court, so even at the age of 35 years old, Westbrook can still be a pest to the opposing team. For the Clippers, Westbrook is like a connector piece who can fit in wherever, making plays in a quick manner, and by picking his spots on the floor correctly, it leads to a seamless offensive system. When his man goes to double on Zoo, Russ flashes to the middle of the floor to receive the pass. This makes O'Neal release off to cover him. So now with Cam Thomas out of position, Russ can place it on the money for Zoo to go eat. You have to be scanning the floor constantly to see the shifts in the defense, so once you have that opening on the backside, it's an alley-oop slam. It may look easy to notice when we slow it down, but things happen so fast that when PG back cuts behind Thibault, it makes for an easy one inside. When you place him around stars that can go score at any time, Westbrook understands that he needs to make himself available to connect the pieces, so when he sneaks into this free throw line area, he now has the perfect angle to dime up Kawhi, and it's another 2 points in close. This right here is what makes Westbrook such a problem for opposing teams when he's on the floor, because although he has that ability to push to the rack whenever he wants, or could be out there playing selfish, Russ understands the bigger goal and can work to put his teammates in position to succeed. By having that ability to get downhill so fast, it'll pull multiple defenders towards him, so when two Grizzly defenders commit to him, Westbrook can slice right through the middle and leave it for Brown to go grab a dunk. That threat to get all the way to the rim will make bigs rotate down low to contest him, but just when they think they have the perfect contest, Westbrook changes his mind in a split second to drop this off to Tice. For the defense, it's really pick your poison. Would you rather him go all the way to the basket to go score, or give him an opportunity to set up one of his guys? Because not only will Westbrook use that speed to get his feet in the paint, but he'll throw in that strength as well to move Holiday out his way, and with this small gap within the defense, Westbrook can make the delivery. Look, y'all can say what y'all want, but this is more than valuable for a team, and it doesn't just stop there. With his hustle and dog-like mentality, Westbrook can hustle all the way back to a Kongu to stop this lob at the rim, which then turns defense into immediate offense as Russ dimes up Coffee en route to the basket. You'll see plays like that, but then sometimes the defense will make it easy for him by just throwing the ball right into his hands. But there's also these other times where Russ sits back stalking the play, so when Ingram gets doubled and goes to swing it to this opposite slot area, Westbrook can take off like a dog who's chasing a bone, and at the other end, it's a slam all alone. When Russ is out there on the floor, you can't do anything at half speed or be lazy, or else you're basically just giving him the ball, and then when pushing down the court, you don't even want to contest because of his athletic ability. So honestly, you have to try your best and stay on your P's and Q's when Westbrook is around, because not only will he get out and steal it to go slam it through, but Russ can all out hound you when you're navigating to your spots on the floor to make you turn it over. And if you're not aware of where he's at on the floor when you're going to finish at the rim, well, he can straight up cancel your plans. All this dirty work and sharing the wealth with his teammates is what helps elevate this Clippers team, and if he isn't affecting the game in those ways, well, Russ can insert himself within the offense to put some points on the board. I personally think one of the best things about Russ's game right now is his ability to make plays without even having the ball in his hands initially. Like, think about it, when we discuss Westbrook, we all know he likes to push to the rim with aggression, but with him being more off ball at times, he doesn't just sit in the corner or out on the perimeter just waiting. He instead moves throughout the offense to then go get a bucket. When Powell comes off this screen, the defense shifts over to take away this pass to Tice, so with Eric Gordon forgetting about Westbrook, he creeps in through that back door for the flush. These types of looks are open a lot because with these ball screens being initiated on the other side of the floor, Russ's man is inclined to help all the way over, and with the pick and roll holding their attention, this is when they don't even realize Westbrook is flying right past them for the alley-oop connection. So sleeping or getting relaxed on Russ is not a great idea, as when he comes up the court after passing to Harden, Russ acts like he's going to go towards the left and then speeds past the defender towards the rim, so Harden can thread the needle for an acrobatic layup. Like really, you can't even be relaxed on these rebounds, or else Westbrook will not only fly in once to tip it back up, but when he misses that, he beats all the Raptors defenders to get it again to drop in the bucket. If you watch closely, it's as if Russ just plots on the rebound whenever guys attack the rack, So with no one paying attention to him, when the ball rolls off the rim perfectly, he's able to spring up for the putback. It's crazy that with everything we've covered so far, he impacts the game in such a great way that tell way more than the stat sheets read. But regardless of all of that, Westbrook can still get to the rim with his speed and power, giving the defense a hard time. To stay in front of Westbrook when he has his sights on the rim is a hard task to do, simply because his speed is paired with his explosiveness, and that's where things get dangerous. His quickness can open up gaps that really weren't there at the start, but with his ability to dart through the seams of the defense, that speed just opens up opportunities that other guys don't get. Like watch here, as he pushes off the screen with a head of steam, most players wouldn't even try to split the defense here, or they would be too slow and draw a charge. But with Russ, he can glide right past before Shea can close the gap all the way, and it's an easy one inside over the defense. You'll start to see plays where you think the ball would be passed, but Russ can attack the gap so quick that it basically opens up the pathway for him. I mean really, you can see it yourself, that abrupt quickness is tough to deal with. Because just as he's lulling you to sleep, Westbrook can attack the basket out of nowhere, and before you know it, he's slipping past for a layup. Now that's more on the basic level, so to take it up a notch, he'll come down the court at a calm pace, but when he decides to cross back over, he does it so quick that none of the Hawks defenders can react quick enough to bother him inside. Even in kickout situations, we can see the speed, as what we see here as a wide open three-pointer, Westbrook sees this as an opportunity to get to his spot on the floor and float in for the bucket. For the defense, it can look like a blur when Russ starts flying past him, and if he decides to change directions, well that makes for a long night. You'll see these times where defenders try to get up high on the screen, but this is a terrible position to be in because Russ just shifts gear in a flash while going the other way, and he's cleared for takeoff. With such speed, it makes the backline defenders be ready to help to keep Westbrook from scoring, but this is when that nasty Euro gets served smoothly and it's easy money. To combat these actions, defenders will play him a couple steps back, giving up the wide open three, but like we just talked about, Westbrook sees this as an opportunity to get ahead of steam and then uses that strength to bully you out the way to go score. That bullying nature helps him not only on these drives, but when he's working out that post, he can use it to get all the way to the bucket, and even when he's creating space in that mid-range, it helps him out as well. I don't know if you agree, but it's crazy how much Russ has changed the way people see him in just the span of a year. And hey, I'm happy he's in a position to showcase how much value he can still provide for a team. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe before heading out. I thank you all for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.